y'all. Got another one of these guitar working videos. Old Justin Peden over there said he liked them kind of videos. So as y'all know, as I've said before, what Peden wants, Peden gets. Oh, anyhow. Oh, I got this old El Cheapo thing here. They're actually getting more expensive. Hold on a minute, I gotta get my dip. I got my dip, I just ain't got it in my lip. Now kids, don't take up this habit. I'm just doing it temporary because I quit vaping, and you sure don't want to take up that habit. So I started dipping, and I've quit vaping on account of that. Oh, it's hard to quit dipping, so if you don't dip, don't get started. Bad habit. My dad always chewed tobacco when I was a kid. He chewed that old Red Man, Levi Garrett, and there when he had them old spit bottles. One time when I was a kid, I picked up a Coke bottle. I thought it was a Coke. You can guess what happened? It was spit. I got a swig. I didn't puke. But when the first time he ever did give me a dip or a chew, I begged him to give me a chew. That old green Ford pickup, we was riding down Highway 19 over there. And I was riding in the back, sitting on that old spare tire. And man, I was chawing on that Red Man. Sweet tasting. I thought it tasted good. I just kept chewing and swallowing. I wasn't spitting nothing out. I thought it was delicious. I didn't understand why he was spitting it out. But I figured it out. Because by the time we made it back to the house, I was getting dizzy. Man, I come out of the back of that truck, I squatted down right there in the driveway. Pew. That was the first time I ever tried it. I guess he thought it'd break me of it, but it didn't. Because I was stupid, I guess. I still wanted to do it. Self-destructive, I reckon. But anyhow, the deal with this guitar, you can see, got one of these El Cheapo pickups. Now, like I was saying, the price of these guitars are getting kind of outrageous. So I kind of feel like, well, you don't want to mess up the value of it. But I don't reckon, I mean, it's going to make it better to do this because you'll have a pickup. And this is a cheap pickup, but I've used them before. It sounds pretty darn good. And if you wanted to upgrade and put a more expensive pickup, this mountain bracket and all will be in place, and you could always put a better pickup. I don't think it's going to hurt the value of it, and I really don't care because I ain't selling it no way. It's for myself, and I mainly use it as a slide guitar. I think it'd be cool to be able to plug it in. I got a little Fender Blues Junior amp in there. It sounds real good for stuff like that. Something to mess with, but so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this pickup on here, and y'all watch and tell me what I done wrong. I ordered this crap off either Temu or Alibaba. It's just cheap, man. I think that whole pickup, it comes with, it's got the knobs and stuff on it. Now that's what I'm still debating about. I'm like, should I put the knobs on or not? Because I had to drill holes in the top of the guitar. Again, I mean, does it hurt the value of it? So I'm in the middle of it now, so I'm finna have to make a decision if I want to drill holes in there or not. It would be pretty cool to have volume and tone controls on it, but I could eliminate that entirely. I bought some more wire. I could just run it straight. I've already bored this hole out bigger. The end pin was already missing, so I done bored that hole out. I'm gonna put one of them end pin jacks in there. Got it off. I think I got all this crap off AliExpress. Alright. Well, I guess I need to get the strings out of the way. I ain't gonna throw them away. I ain't been long to put these on there. They still pretty good. They asked Ralph Stanley when he changed his strings. He said when he breaks one. personal preference. Everybody thinks you gotta have brand new strings every 2 or 3 days. I never really bought into that. Yeah, they start sounding dead after a while. You know, all this hype about this, that, and the other on guitar stuff. If y'all fellers ain't realized it, and I imagine most of you have, you got any sense, all that crap is marketing, man. It comes down to the simple fact. You can spend all your time, like me, piddling around with stuff, or practice. You're better off spending your time practicing than you are sitting around watching this video or piddling with your guitar, buying other stuff. But them marketing people, they want you to think you gotta always be buying something new to make you sound good. What makes you sound good, and well, it ain't just my opinion, it's a fact. What makes you sound good is when you can play the darn thing. Not how many guitars you got, or what kind of strings you got, or what kind of amp you got. You can go around buying that crap all you want to. Spend all your time looking at stuff on Reverb. I know, I find myself doing the same thing, buying way too much stuff. But I gotta remind myself, you know, if you ain't practicing, you can buy all the gear in the world. You ain't gonna sound a bit better. You can take the cheapest guitar and give it to a master that can actually play the darn thing and sound great. You can take the highest dollar guitar there is and give it to somebody that don't never practice, it'll sound like crap. Anyhow, I gotta figure out where to put this thing first, I reckon. Well, I reckon I need to make that decision. Do I want to put these volume knobs on there? I don't know, man. Like I said, these little cheap guitars are getting to be more and more kind of collectible. So I really want to be as non-invasive as I can. That's why I ordered that bar. I really don't, volume knobs are cool, but I use a volume pedal a lot of times anyway. So I think I'm just gonna clip them and just run it straight to the jack. That'll be simpler. Since I'm making a video anyhow, it'll be shorter. I still got this rag from yesterday where I was fooling with that old Sigma guitar. Get some of that dust off while I got the strings out of the way. Yeah, I think I'll just run that them wires straight to that jack. I ain't gonna bother with the putting some more holes in there. I'm just gonna leave a little pigtail on there and see what we can come up with. I'll feel for that. It ain't because it's got a bunch of money in it, that's for sure. A bunch of business cards and crap. Crap I need to throw away, receipts that I ain't gonna use, and so on and so on. Alright, that gets him out of the picture. Save him for something else. Now, I need a little wire stripper, and I got one somewhere in there. Here's a little technique I learned in the Army. No, I wasn't never in the Army. Sounds good anyway. Works pretty good, almost easier than a darn wire stripper. A little windy out here, kind of affects that a little, but you don't gotta burn it off, just heat it up a little bit and pull it right off there. Now this kind of wire might not be so easy to do that, so I got my handy dandy box cutter. I think you can push this stuff back or something, I don't know. That's what it called it. I ain't never used it, to be honest with you. It's like a claw on there. It's something about you wax covered push back. Yeah, you just push it back. Alright, that's pretty easy. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. You just push it back. Alright then. Works like a charm, huh? That'll work for me. Heck yeah, good deal. Alright, first things first. Where'd I put that There's that end pin jack. Now I done bored that out and got it ready. So let's see. I need to go ahead and put some pigtails on it before I even put it on there. All right, after extensive research, extensive whatever, got a darn fly on the camera. Well, they swarming around like crazy out here. They liable to walk in front of the camera. If they do, oh well. So what I found out on these end pin jacks, when you go to wiring it, the short, if it's a 2-prong one like this, and it ones that have 3-prong, it said the same thing. If the short tip is the hot wire. So that's all you gotta know. So that'll be the red wire. And then the black wire will be your neutral. All right. So what I'm gonna do is put a couple of leads on here, little pigtails. I don't know if, I've seen a lot of people put these end pin jacks from the inside out and then just tighten it down, drill a hole out bigger, but I ain't gonna do it that way. I'm gonna thread this sucker into the wood. I got it tight where it'll just thread into it, so that's just the way I'm gonna do it. You can do it every way you want to. If I'm wrong, you can tell me about it. And I was wondering about grounding this thing. It ain't got much to ground it on this acoustic guitar, really, with it all wood. This thing actually has a couple of screws here. I might ground it to the back of them. It's gonna be hard to get it on. I really don't know. You know, you normally want your ground to somehow contact something metal on the guitar, maybe the strings, and then you touch it and it grounds it out. It might have a ground home. That's the way this, but the way this thing was made, you know, even if you put those potentiometers on it, it still ain't really grounded or nothing because everything is wood. And then this is plastic, so I don't know how that's gonna do. We'll find out. If I have to ground it, I'll figure something out. Right now I'm just gonna hook it up and see what it'll do. Already got my soldering iron heated up, so I can get some solder. Always falls back in there. Alright, I'm gonna tin these ends here. Now, it don't work better than that little metal thing. Much I need. A whole lot of extra wire. So I'm going to solder it onto them wires. I need it to reach up. It'll be a little extra. I'll have to work. I guess you push that. It said you push it back. I don't know. That's what it was called anyway. Push it back, kind of hold it or something. Looks kind of like it's already tin. Well, I guess I'll find out. Put some on it anyway. Probably putting way too much solder on it. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't no expert. Y'all can tell me what I'm doing wrong later. Should just left that block on there. That's pretty good on that. On there pretty good. To do that. Alright, I'm gonna mark this hot bar so I'll know what's what. That'll be easy enough. Stupid something. Y'all something to watch. Turn it on and kind of see it. Don't twist them wires off of it. Like that. I'll just take one of these Allen wrenches, stick through there and turn it. Don't break my Allen wrench. They're pretty stout. Work. Probably supposed to have that nut on the inside. I don't see why you'd have to have two. I guess you're supposed to make that hole be wallered out big enough that it'll just slip through, and then you have two so it locks it in place. That's probably the deal. And then that outside ring, in that case, would sit flush with the body, but this will work for me. It's my guitar, so I'll do whatever how I want to. I ain't too worried about it being too perfect. Now I got my wires and I got plenty of room to work on. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of extra wire flopping around. I need it long enough that I can sort it. Shit. That's the right one. That's my hot wire. Fine. It ain't gonna be much drops, if any, and that's got sand on it. That'll won't go straight through it. Alright, gets a big laugh out of that. Ought to be good enough. That wire pulled back. Parts holding everything in place. All right, I tested it out. And here's what I found out, just as I expected. It had ground noise. So, that thing needs to be grounded. It's just touching wood and it's not enough to ground it. And some people might think this is crazy, but I'm gonna ground it. I was trying to figure out what to do, and luckily this bridge has got, it's just screwed on with metal screws, perfect. I'll ground it one of them screws, but it needs to touch the strings, so I'll just run a little piece of wire touching them strings to give me some ground. It may look a little janky, but it'll be fine. Won't think nobody will pay it much attention. And you know, a lot of people probably say it's a dumb idea, but it ain't no different than the electric guitar being grounded to the whammy bar, running through the bridge, running through all the strings. It's the same difference. So anyhow, but I got unsolder all that crap I just done, at least this part anyway. My beautiful soldering job that took forever. So I gotta heat my soldering gun back up. All right, I got a little piece of cork, some adhesive on it. I had to cut it a little bit thin. That'll press it right up against them strings. Yeah, that'll be touching. That ought to work.